So, is this completely impossible to make anything? I wouldn't say that. You have to try for yourself, because to be honestly, I'm not that much interested in this project anymore. I might be returning to it in the future, but I'm not making any promises. So after all that I said, what there's there to do? Well, I think you could try to make a binocular out of this. So, what's the difference between? Oh, I think I already said that, but binocular zooms the picture in, and the telescope gathers the light. About the gathering light. When I was doing my tests with the moon at the night, I noticed that the picture, honestly, it wasn't any brighter than if I was watching it with naked eye. So that proves the point that this isn't going to work as telescope. But if you get the focus just right, and also you need some kind of better eyepiece, maybe try to find microscope. Yes, microscope. You try to find some old microscope that has detachable eyepiece and try to use that as the focuser, the eyepiece, I mean. And that might work, and you might get some pictures that is zoomed in. But as is, this isn't going to work really as a telescope. But if you still want to try to do something fun with this, I'd want to show you this. This is a wooden barrel. It's constructed without glue. It's been holding with these metal bands and these bulkheads. They aren't watertight or airtight or anything, but it's going to work as a body for this telescope. It needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm sure you'll figure it out. So, well, I guess I could briefly show you how this was been made. So, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 sides to this barrel. So I think each side is 15 degrees side of like this, and this one it's like this. And you make these pieces. You have to figure out how long this distance has to be. But if you make this a little bit bigger, this diameter is going to get a little bit larger, and that's about it. You need use this kind of clamps to, or you can use glue. You don't have to make it disassemble. Make it like you can disassemble it later, but you can make it like this if you want. And then you just have to attach this mirror at one of the bulkheads at the inside, of course, and then you need a hole to hold the eyepiece. Remember, the good eyepiece, not the simple one, and the 90-degree mirror inside. So I think that would be pretty fun to try to mess with. Yeah. Let me just quickly check your comments. I'm not going to make a full size, like I said. I'm not going to make any size of telescope out of this anytime soon. Oh, this is good point. You're saying you want to make 10 times or 12 times magnifying telescope. I don't think that's going to matter. In fact, the more magnitude this, or rather magnifying power this mirror has, the more distortion it's going to have. So if I was going to make a telescope or binocular out of this kind of makeup mirror, I'd try to find as large, it has to be magnifying, but as large, yes, large as possible and as little magnifying power as possible. Maybe, well, I'm not really sure what kind of magnifying powers there is in the world in the mirrors, but try to find as small as possible. That way it's going to work as more closely as the parabolic. It's not going to be perfect parabolic mirror, but it's going to be a little bit closer, and I think that's going to bring you success if there's any in this kind of project. So, oh yes, there's the reason I have these two mirrors. Oh, I think I said that already, but this one has less distortion than this one. This one is one that I used initially, and there's differences in mirrors, and I don't think the price necessarily defines the quality of this mirror surface. You just have to eyeball it. Try to look at some wall or something, some picture on the wall on this surface, and try to look at it. Is it this or that, or is it just fine? And you can just try to look at yourself and try to see if there's distortions around the edge. The edge is important because there's the most of the surface area of the mirror. Here's another idea. Instead of making this 90-degree mirror, why not, let me turn this way, and instead try to make it like this, that you are going to watch it over. This is more or less, I'm not sure, but more or less the 90 degrees, and I think it's going to work just fine even it that way. You have to have this in the middle point of this imaginary center line, but if you are going to you have to get your alignment correctly, but I think that might work. Yeah, I get some kind of picture here, but that's one idea you might want to try. Again, this is going to be some kind of binocular, not a telescope in this configuration. Okay, I think I don't have anything more to say about this subject at this time. Please ask me more questions if you have any about the YouTube channel. I cannot reply with text. I cannot comment on my own video because the whole YouTube Plus no, it's Google Plus account thing. Since 10, when they established the Google Plus accounts, I cannot. Yes, I cannot reply on any videos on YouTube. So I have to, if I want to reply on your questions, I have to make some kind of video. So don't be discouraged if I don't reply immediately. It might take some time. Anyway, thank you so much for asking questions, and yeah, I don't have an outro for my videos yet, so thank you for watching.